Mic check. 1 2 1 2. We're gonna be live in a second. I'm gonna take a quick second to let everybody get situated.
You're listening to Stolen Drums on World MC.
Make sure my mic is right. Make sure it's loud enough.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, today we're gonna be going over Kane versus King Fizzle, two artists from the RVA Rap Elite circuit. I got the homie Radio Blitz in the building. Should I just say radio? Of course, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Yes, sir.
Salute. Nah, this was another good one.
Incredible. All right. And you're on, brother. How you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Doing great, man. You know, we're back at it again. Episode 10, Kane versus King Fizzle. So, let me know, what were your initial thoughts before the battle premiered?
I think initial, I thought maybe it could be a bad style matchup for King Fizzle, just because of like how abstract, his approach to writing is and how like complex his writing is, and Kane can be very punch heavy, charismatic, and very clear, very easy to digest. But ultimately, I felt like this was maybe my favorite battle, one of my favorite battles in the entire tournament thus far.
Yeah, I enjoyed this one as well. I had high expectations for King Fizzle coming into it because I really felt how he attacked that round one episode. I felt like it was complex. There was a lot of depth in there, so I was really intrigued to see what he did here. Kane, I already knew Kane was gonna kill it. Kane is like, honestly, he's the people's champ. In my opinion, he's the favorite. He's like, if we did a ranking, he'd be like Phoenix Suns right now. You know what I mean? Like, but
right. Yeah, definitely. He's just such a seasoned, polished, MC. He's not new to the block, and you can tell he's like a consummate professional. And he's been in the battle world, but Fizzle has definitely been getting his hands dirty on the battle side too. Recently did very well in our Southpaw tournament.
So that was dope.
Yeah, he's been Fizzle's been doing his thing. So this was definitely a style clash. But I love the way it turned out. I think it's
same.
I think it's an incredible battle.
Who made the first beat for round one before we get into it?
Shit, I have to listen to it. Let me see.
Peace to Son of None.
I know Track Hater did one.
He did. He did both of them.
Did he do both of them?
All right. We'll have the info.
I'm gonna have to check on that one. Yeah, I definitely. Matter of fact, I can know how to find that out while we're
watching round one. Let's do it.
Yeah.
This week on Bar Fight League, Kane versus King Fizzle. Be sure to vote for your favorite artist in the comments. All you gotta do is put the hashtag next to their name. Easy.
Yo, it's Radio B. This is the RVA Rap Elite World MC Bar Fight League Tournament Round 2. This battle is between Kane and King Fizzle. We are in Richmond, Virginia. We're not gonna waste too much more time. Let's get to the bars.
Round 1.
I'ma test how you grow from pain. Feeling locally numb when they hold the vein. 7-0 to blame, surgically overlaying. You gon' know the day how King Fizzle came from Nova Kane. About Nova Kane, we know you a biter. Last round you stole a bar, exposed your supplier. 6 feet under, but who rose from dry earth? Your next round, Habib will roast through you, liar. You toasting chicken from these crazy flames. Got the sauce, still missing the gravy train. From the south, not disciplined since baby days. Cause your parents never took to raising canes. Hurricane, or they may never heard the king. Street fighter invite Cody, know that he's swerving fame. Stick to him down to kick back like hurricane. Herb again and appreciation and by hurricane. It's so dire that you a slow dyer. Sure, converting you to a ghost rider. Want smoke? Hell's wind your co-signer. Like your tape, hate breathing underground, so fire. Rounds.
Hey yo, the truth is I'm shooting off the top, remove his. Watch him fall flat, that's how you lose, Fizz. He ain't bubbling, he in trouble, he stuck and he going in circles, buffering, cutting him off. Cause I've been keeping the tab on him. No wonder nobody taking orders from him. When up in them bars, he stay stumbling. We ain't cut from the same cloth. His jeans stay all ripped up at the bottom. That's a frayed cloth. Every time I see him, it's the same cloth. Funny, he got a low thread count, but he weighs soft. The rapidy rappers getting out-rapped. He not sick, fake king, getting outclassed. It's getting dark, this a big body, stout glass. Praying at Ramadan, he going down fast. Yo, don't a king have prominence? I ain't never seen a king who lack confidence. A king commands respect, demands protects. I never seen a king and thought, why can't he dress? What they call the peasant who don't have worth, low, leaning on others, no swag, surf. The polar opposite of nobles, meaning the only thing king about you is the overeating. But I'm more gluttonous, he ain't nothing but just another supper to come and get us something to fill my stomach with. Overrunning the cup with his blood and then pull up again. The throne wasn't his, I know it because of the name you chose doesn't fit. I chose violence, you may have a dream, but king is never gonna hit. Look at this sucker they told me to go up against, and I don't see royalty like I don't own publishing. That's enough of him.
Man. All right, brother. Round one. Thoughts?
Yeah. Incredible round on both sides. King Fizzle, crazy with the name flips, wordplay. Kane, I gave it to Kane in the first round, based on how he ended that round, getting into the whole King breakdown, to the surf and the meaning, and like, yeah, I mean, he just went crazy towards the end of that round. And the flow was obviously super in pocket. I liked the way Fizzle delivered. It was very like authoritative, passionate. Like I said, it was definitely a style clash. But I went with Kane on the first round.
I agree. I didn't, and I think that's why I started off by saying I had high expectations for King Fizzle, right? I feel like that intro verse wasn't it for me. I wish he would have came way more in depth, kind of like how he did in that third round where he just like knocked that shit out the park, you know what I mean? I feel this one was like, I'm going to keep it tame, you know? He even said like, wait until the next round when I get more in depth. But Kane, off the bat, the whole scheme with his name about being a king and all, you know, and he was able to kind of, you know, tap at his character a little bit. I don't know anything about King Fizzle, but it sounded like they had some history, you know, just based on the Kane verse. So,
yeah, I mean, I think it was just a good angle to take from a perception standpoint. I don't think, you know, knowing them, I don't think it was anything personal necessarily, but it was just more so like Kane's a very perceptive artist, you know what I'm saying? And he has a way of being able to really articulate whatever his angle is, you know what I'm saying? So I just feel like he picked an angle that he could exploit that would be visible. You know what I'm saying? And I think he executed it extremely well.
Agreed. So we're both saying Kane round 1.
Yeah.
And did we find out who produced the beat?
Yes, F5.
F5. Salute F5.
F5. Yeah,
And
track cater for the
MBG.
second round.
Say it again.
I said track cater for this second round coming up, and F5 for the first round.
Dope. Salute to both producers. Salute to all the producers who submitted instrumentals. Like, you guys make these things sound incredible. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, definitely.
we might need to do a sound clash battle one of these days. You know, recreate the beat battle.
Yeah, for sure. We know we try to show a lot of love to producers. We have a producers lounge segment. Shout out to Name Brand. That hosts that starts our events off every time. We make sure that we definitely show love to the producers. So we're always open to that.
Yes, sir. All right, let's get into round 2. This is a good one.
Round 2.
What's the Kane versus Scepter? That's like comparing a grain versus a pepper. Fired up, we wouldn't hire again, dude. Me and the other GMs conspired against you. Don't draft me on rapper lead, so I war with him. Victory's a path, you decide, take shorts in them. Like you crippled, I walk and implore wisdom. Think I never need Kane for support system. Hand-to-hand combat, or weapons out, you shook. Or Kane, just another stick without a hook. Pipe down, second bar fight round. You voted me against IGB, lights out, feels nice out. Kane just made me win twice now. Next round we test if you man of God. How Kane's a lost man from this land of Nod. Land of Nardin, you ran from God's land. Name Kane, but your staff is garage band. If you toss staff, but snakes are not scam, couldn't profit with your feet on top of the man. Test the merit, I'm airing the sin you inherited. Punishment, bear it, it's an imperative. Next verse, the Arabics with scriptural narrative. Round.
Wanna see a man die? I hate to sock him in the mouth to mankind, but the people's champ can't die. Rockfall? Nah, I don't need to be groundbreaking to make it a landslide. I stand high, you a stand dude. Stand down and stay standing down where nobody understands you. Stand in line with the rest of the planet, trying to rap with hands flying, saying nothing pantomime. You worse than a mumble rapper. You flow in a way where you actually trying, but we don't know what you saying. Over explaining and coding your language. I air the throne that he claiming. Nobody follow King, no one related to what he's saying. We knowing it's made up. Another plate, watch the homie get ate up. It's funny, if he said he was eating, we all know what he's saying is in jest. To be frank, you don't know what I'm made of. One-dimensional, multi-syllable guy. Fake immortal technique, call him killable style. I'ma help him out, put him into the ground and make a fossil out of Fizzle, cause they ain't digging you now. Me versus him, this is wild. Between us, there's no link, it's not a clickable file. If I was watching, I'd be switching the dial from this now. It's a blowout, what he got in store, we discount. It's not credible, we see ourselves. There's no belief in self, you don't believe yourself. So if off is how you feel, bro, well, of course you can't catch a beat if you don't even feel yourself. Stupid.
Man, I felt like he just slaughtered him again. You know, if I can be frank. Fizzle though, that verse was so dope. You know, I never need Kane for support system. All the ref.
Yeah. That Kane for support system was a haymaker. Definitely, a room shaker and and an audience to me. what's a Kane to a Scepter. You know, that's like a grain versus a pepper. Yeah, I mean, it was a lot in there. You know, Kane again, with very laser focused angle, in the sense of now talking about how hard it is to decipher what FIZZLE is saying, and that his style's not digestible, which, you know, that's kind of what I said coming into the battle. When you asked me, like, coming into the battle, what I thought, you know, I was like, well, you know, FIZZLE has the overheads because it's very complex. His writing is very coded, you know. So that was, you know, Kane took a moment to really discuss that and kind of put that in a negative light, as opposed to like it being a strong point. He's like, yo, we don't know, you're worse than a mumble rapper because you're actually trying, but we still don't know what you're saying.
Right. Right.
Fake immortal. One thing I thought was a really clever line was he said, fake immortal technique, call you killable style. So I thought that bar was like really clever.
Quick question.
Yeah.
Going off of what you were just saying, do you feel like being too complex in a bar fight kind of hinders you? You know, like maybe certain things you would have did for a song you don't do. I just want to know. I don't want to put words in your mouth.
It could be. It very well could be. But there's, you know, that's just like the same argument about pens versus punchers in battle rap. You know, it's like a pen is going to be very complex, you know, in how they arrange and do schemes and, you know, metaphors and shit like that, where it's not necessarily like punchy, but it's lyrical. Like, so it's like you have your people that are going to favor that style and don't really care about crowd reaction or really care about, you know, that aspect of it. You know what I'm saying? They really like that. You know what I mean? So they'll credit you for it. But against in front of a crowd, like in a setting like this, is not so bad because there's really no crowd to impress. It's like it's like all on cam. You know what I'm saying? So it's like on cam, pens can get away with that, and an audience, they can't really. You know what I'm saying? It's more difficult to do that because, you know, somebody comes in punching or they're being funny or whatever the case may be, they'll win the crowd over because the crowd may be taking too long to get to understanding what you're saying. So I think in this scenario, Kane was smart in actually laying all of that out. So like in a crowd situation, you just rap contrast to that style and you're gonna win the crowd over. Without a crowd, in order to expose that as a weakness, you have to explain it. And I feel like Kane did that, which was smart strategically, you know. It's like now it's like those that didn't, you know, if somebody was having a hard time grasping FIZZLE, when he goes to say that, people are like, yeah, that's how I felt. You know what I'm saying? So it definitely was a very smart strategic thing in this type of battle. And I can see it having worked in Kane's favor.
So are you saying Kane this round as well? Edge. Shout out to the comments as well. I think Son of None said he gave FIZZLE round 2. XP RTZ said Kane is a lyrical, critical, shots fire, like miracles. I'm guessing he's saying Kane too. I mean, honestly, I'm gonna give it to FIZZLE, and not because I thought he was the most palatable. I think the popular vote goes to Kane, but just me listening to him, I think that round 2 was interesting, you know, but by a hair. Like, yeah, it
was. That's why I'm kind of hesitant to say, you know, Kane. But yeah, that one's a very razor sharp kind of like it could go either way. But I think I want to edge it Kane. But I really like things that Fizzle did in that round, man. I really do. And like my favorite line of the two verses is the Kane for support system line. I like the way he performed it. I like the way he landed it. You know what I'm saying? So part of me wants to give the round to Fizzle because of that. You know what I mean? But I also like the killable style line. So so I just think that was really cool. Like it was a really cool way to like flip the immortal technique. So, and I think a lot of people, I remember in the first round, a lot of people in the comments were like, Fizzle reminded them of immortal technique. So I think that was a clever approach to that as well.
Same. Shout out to Bongong Vlogs from the Philippines. Philippines in the building. All right, let's get to round 3.
Word.
Round 3.
Saying I made shit up, fact check me. Yo, if I kill Kane, this the story that heaven told. This the Genesis for 15 seconds is ebb and flow. No, origami, let 'em know. Vengeance upon me increased sevenfold. Ray ran up on you like what's poppin'? This rapping Ryan Gosling dodges often. You ain't battled in like 4 August. I'm giving them school days, have you forgotten? It ain't ironic how Kane is Hebrew forgotten. And I ain't finished yet. You finna get your sins pressed. You named after the first person to commit incest. You look like you're responsible for herpes simplex, the reason our species receive disease infest. Listen to me, as the scripture repeat, you'll be mourning when the sun isn't at peak. This ain't the dawn of man, mother effer, this is your Eve. Bro. And I'm trying to be rude, sir, so here's a self-esteem booster. You were the first to be sunned, so I advance into future. Genesis 4:5, Quran 5:30 for proof first. Even God lost respect for Cain, calls him a loser. Cranial break, straining your brain, writing rhymes and my mode's on crush. Cradle to grave, Abel in pain, by his right hand did know God's trust. How am I not able to slay Cain with the same Bible white man imposed on us? Round end.
Before we get into Kane's, we gotta just say, that was crazy. Your mic a little messed up. You might have to turn it on and off. I don't know, but yeah. We'll keep it going while we try to fix it. Not yet.
Yo, you so technical it's actually sloppy. You rap like rap is a hobby. I mean, you passionate, I see. You don't have the it factor, but we can all factor in that you work in IT. He get computers putin', he does the rebooting. When the server's down, they call him, he do the troubleshooting. He tell them what to do when the screen wasn't moving. Turn it off and on again, that was the solution. Yo, your name on Instagram is 100% content, but clearly you don't comprehend the concept. Unless, of course, you content with conjuring up convoluted, complex nonsense. If you don't concentrate or condense the context, how do you expect people to consume the contents of your content? There's no contest. I provide content like a scam artist home on Skid Row. You put out filler like a tentative inquiry to something you didn't know. You something like Jaffe Joe, a king nobody know cause you lying if you got bodies to show. And what you brought, even if somebody felt it, it's way too soft. Like, what is that, velvet? Weren't you in the hospital fighting for your life? Shouldn't you be more aware of your health? But see, taking Kane is not taking care of yourself, cause off-white, you'll be distressed and deconstructed, zip-tied and toe-tagged, repurposed and reconstructed. If he think he on the verge, I blow his whole design up and put his work on clothes. It's all cap on souls if you got any words they quote. But you could look at him and tell that that went over his head, but this was never about him, so I wrote it instead. Before this started, it was over, he dead. You know the rest, I'm Goldberg, I wanna know who next.
Man. Let's see if your audio working real fast.
Yo, can you hear me?
You just a little faint. I got your volume all the way up.
I don't know. I mean, it's like I came off of mute and all of a sudden I can't be heard. I'll speak up. I'll try to speak up more. Can you hear me better now?
Yeah, just a little fizzly, but you're there. Go ahead.
Weird. Yeah, like, oh, man, both of those verses are crazy, like super crazy.
Yeah. I personally want to go with FIZZLE on that round. Yeah.
Because it was just like the shit he was saying was so impactful. Like it was just like it felt like I was being beat up.
I almost want to play it again, but yeah. He was
like Jesus, like wow. And then like the quoting the Bible scriptures and then just the way he was tying it all together, like insane, man. Insane.
Yo,
Crazy.
Everybody slept on that third round because I was kind of influenced by the comments when they came out too. So I'm like, yeah, you're right, Kane 1, 2, 3. But now taking a closer look, maybe there should be a better scorecard for some of this stuff.
Yeah, because I mean, I feel like Kane did incredible. The content breakdown, insane. The Virgil Abloh scheme, crazy.
That shit was incredible.
So it's
he killed it. The content, he flipped the hell out of that. But I don't know. That's why I like this open debate.
Yeah,
something about that FIZZLE verse seemed a little more like, it seemed like Kane was like, I already won this.
It was almost like the FIZZLE verse is like one of those unbeatable rounds, actually.
Yeah. Because
really, I don't know that there's anything much more Kane could have done. Like honestly, like Kane's verse is flawless. Like he's doing incredible.
No, it's perfect, and I feel like that would have been Kane. I feel like Kane already knew he won by round 3. There's something about how he was killing him in round 2, talking about at this point everybody already turned off the episode. Like I don't understand why they even put this man up against me. Just basically spanking him round 1 and 2 from like a general populace standpoint. You know what I mean? Unless you're somebody like who's really listening to what FIZZLE is saying in round 2. Most people are gonna say he's destroying him. Round 1, round 2. And I feel like round 3, King FIZZLE definitely saved everything for that last round. Maybe he's just really better a cappella than he is on beats. But yeah, something about that round. If we could score it better, maybe I don't know how we do it. Maybe a punchline score, a delivery score, because there has to be more nuance to how we're scoring this.
Yeah, I think the thing is though is because people are voting. They're not voting per round, right? They're only voting. They're putting the name. They're just putting the name of who they felt won the whole battle. So they're not scoring per round. So that's and I feel like even if I was to say, I'm like, well, I got it 2-1 Kane. So if I had to just put a name, I'm gonna say Kane. But that doesn't give credence to FIZZLE's performance. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't, unless I add context in the comments and say, but when you're just counting the numbers up, who said Kane, who said Fizzle, more people gonna say Kane than Fizzle, and that's the vote. So if like it looks so one-sided, it doesn't necessarily. It's not really because Kane. I mean, it's not really because Fizzle didn't win a round. It just means he didn't battle to too many people. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's the situation with that kind of scoring. But at the end of the day, like I felt like this. Like I said, this is one of my favorite battles of the entire tournament because of that. You know what I'm saying? Because like Kane rapped flawlessly for 3 rounds, but it just felt like Fizzle was like, man, it felt like he was trying to take, like he was trying to make Kane bleed. It was like that was the goal. Like whether winning or not, I'm gonna make you bleed type of thing. That's what I got from Fizzle's content. It was like, yo, I'm gonna take a piece off of you whether I win or not. And he did that.
Yeah. From the comments, we have Native Warrior saying King won this round. MBG22 said, I agree, third is King. But Native Warrior also said 2-1 Kane, much love to both. I asked the question in the chat, do you think the judges should have scorecards in the championship round? XPRTZ said most definitely. And Son of None said throughout the rounds, yes. So, I mean, hey, man, that's the question. What do you think? Like, maybe for the championship, we stop every round and let judges say something?
I don't like that, because the thing about that is, like, if after the second round it's decided, it takes the steam out of the third round. So it's like, what am I rapping for at this point if I lost already? And sometimes people's third rounds are their best performances. You want to get that. You want that battle to be everything that it's supposed to be. So you really don't want to take the confidence and the wind out of an MC before the battle is over. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, we're recording this so that we can watch back the best battle we can get every time that we watch it. You know what I'm saying? So like, that's my only thing. And that's the reason why you don't get scoring during boxing, you know what I mean, throughout a boxing match, because shit, a boxer might get killed fucking around knowing he lost a boxing match more than halfway through it, but still got 3 rounds left to fight.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, the difference in a boxing match is at least you can get a knockout. This, you can't do that. So it's like you just defeated already. You know what I'm saying? And then you got to wrap your material. It's kind of like,
okay,
it's kind of fucked up. You know what I'm saying? But I do agree that there definitely should be scoring. It should be round by round scoring by judges that are present. I believe that. But I just feel like those scores should be announced at the end. But that's just, but that, all of that can be, discussed and tossed around. And I liked your idea too, what we were talking about yesterday. So, I mean, I think there can be, definitely some discussion
for sure.
But most definitely judged. You know what I'm saying? Most definitely judged.
Right.
Definitely think that final battle should be judged. That very final battle. Yeah. I mean, it's been a hell of a tournament so far. And I imagine that the remaining rounds are only going to get better.
Yeah, man, I'm excited. Next round we have Kane versus Sneeze, which we can do a full video, like a full matchup video later. But what are some of your expectations with that battle?
Oh man, that's another one that's very interesting to me. I don't want to make any type of predictions.
Of course, but just, I don't know, general thoughts.
But my general thoughts is like, Kane. I mean, Sneeze has brought like a lot of style, a lot of passion, and different looks to how he's presented his content.
Yeah.
Kane is Kane is surgical.
Yeah.
He's not figuring this shit out. It's already figured out how to do it.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? Like, there's no adjustment to the field for him. It's only what's the poison that I'm feeding this particular opponent in this round. That's Kane. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's not having to get comfortable with battle rap on a beat, off a beat. He knows how to. You know what I'm saying? So that's the one thing. So like, the variable here is like Sneeze is the wild card, because this type of competitive like battle rap, he is still kind of getting his feet wet in. You know what I'm saying? But I think that he brings a certain style to it that is appealing, and like he has so many tools as a lyricist that makes him interesting and makes him captivating. He's just going to have to figure out how to creatively attack Kane consistently for 3 rounds. And that's one thing I don't feel like we've gotten that from Sneeze throughout this. I feel like
he's just been cooler than his opponent this whole time. He's been flyer, he's been cooler, and he sounds better on the beat. You know,
at least for 1 round or portions of a round, but other times it's more like talking about his own thing, like, who he is or where he's from or what music he's got coming out, or that like he's kind of brushing off the competition
he's like,
type of thing.
Get out of here. you know?
I don't think he can afford to do that with Kane. I feel like he's going to have to find, and the thing about having to attack is that you can't attack the same for 3 rounds. And Kane's not going to attack the same for 3 rounds. He's going to pick a different angle every round. That's what he did to Fizzle. Like, first round, it's the king shit and how you appear, how you look, how you dress, and that you're not kingly. You know what I'm saying? You're not a kingly type of person, so how could you be king? And then flipping all of the different king metaphors. Then the second round, it's you're not digestible. Your rhymes are too like complex. It's almost mumble rap, and people don't really understand what you're talking about. And and then the third round is like a lot of wordplay back to. He's like, I'm attacking your Instagram name, and you say it's content, but is it content? And then breaking that down, and then, getting into some other, just lyrical shit with the Virgil Abloh scheme, but it's 3 different approaches, and I feel like Sneeze is gonna have to like really like cut the cool shit out and really like get dirty. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna have to say it with his chest with Kane. Which rap wise, I feel like he says it with his chest, but I mean content wise, he's gonna have to really be like, oh, he put his foot down, like he's attacking Kane. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's gonna have to. If he doesn't do that, it's gonna be a long day.
We got to get the most grooviest beats for these. It's got to be something that's banging. And some boom bap, some like nice dusty boom bap. 2 different styles.
One thing, I don't know if I really want to hear like too many more fast beats in this tournament, me personally. It's like that's cool, but I feel like that shit is like a crutch to, you know what I'm saying? Like it's like either a crutch or a hindrance. And for things like this, I don't really care if you can like fit a bunch of syllables into a pocket, or you can, you got a cool flow. You know what I'm saying? Like, for this type of shit, I'm here for the content. What are you saying to this MC? And like, it's hard to say some shit profound while you're having to fit a bunch of syllables into
Right.
a small bracket. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
but for
no.
some MCs, like they're flow based, so that's cool for them. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
that
Right.
ain't really what this is about. You know what I'm
I
saying?
hear
So
you.
it's
No,
like
it's bar fight. But I think we're
It's
two
bar-
sides of the same coin in the sense that if you can fit some words but have the flow banging where my head is immediately nodding, that means something. You know, we got to judge people on flow as well. That's important in rap, you know?
I agree. But I feel like there's ways. I feel like that's some shit you should. I don't want that to be because the beat forced you to do it. Like I'd rather it be like
I hear you.
you got creative and you made a pocket in a beat that didn't actually ask for it. You know what I'm saying? Like then I feel like I'm impressed then. Because
Right.
then like you know what I mean? Like the beat was just there, and then you were like, oh, I'm gonna put a pocket here, and you know,
Yeah.
as opposed to like I'm just better at pockets than my opponent, so my opponent's trying to attack me,
Right.
and not riding the pocket like I'm riding the pocket. So because I'm riding the pocket, it sounds like I'm beating them.
Approach
That
wise, I hear what you're saying. That's why we have to have the judges in the championship round. But that is a very smart approach for these bar fights because, you know, we try to get creative with these beats. So if you're able to make that beat sound like some shit people want to listen to, give it some replay value, I feel like standing out is important too. You know, but I do agree that if you can do it on a canvas that has a little less going on, you know, still find those pockets, that's just even crazier. You know what I mean?
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's where it shows your creativity because it's like, yo, I'm gonna show him I can rap better than him. Even you know what I'm saying? I can make this. Like, oh, I didn't even know you could rap like that on this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like that's crazy. Like that's when I'm like impressed. I'm like, oh, okay. You know what I mean? Like because it allows both people to feel comfortable in their styles and it be that. But because at the end of the day, like I'm here for what you said. I ain't and how you said it, but I ain't really here for like I ain't really here for the flow tricks, the double time and all that shit.
Salute.
All that, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah. Love, bro.
do that on
This
your
is dope. This is good. This is good energy. This is good for the debates and stuff like that. Because I feel like that's a big reason why. All right, so I feel like Lil D sneeze. And for the most part, Sicario Sosa, Timo is a rare MC in this tournament. I feel because he can shift with the flow. He can definitely hit crazy pockets, but he's also really good at fitting in words in there. So you know, and having some crazy stuff going on. So
yeah, he definitely and he don't have a problem with pacing himself either. You know what I'm saying? Because I want to like if I want to see that when everything is slowed down to a crawl, I'm still as impressed with you as when you're rapping fast. Now,
right.
That's the question. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you had to just, because even acapella doesn't require somebody to slow their shit down, right? It don't. Like, you can rap fast acapella. So it's like, I want to see like when you gotta slow it down, and then you can't ever really. That's the thing about certain flows. You can't really like force it because it's like even a slow beat you can rap fast on. But it's just like I want to just see. I feel like this going forward, if I'm being asked who I feel like won around, it's going to be based on content.
Yeah, content is
For
important.
sure.
We need the lines. So
Yeah,
tomorrow
man.
we got Brooklyn Mo versus Lil D. Will be back here at 7 p.m. Salute to my brother one more time. Thank you, Brady, for tapping in, doing this.
Yo, no doubt. Appreciate you. Salute to the MCs, man. It's definitely all MCs in this round and the previous, and then also going forward, man. I think all 4 MCs going forward, have done an amazing job so far, and I'm excited to see like, what those matchups look like.
Yeah.
Carry on through.
Yep. Time to start planning. Got to make it an event. But yeah, talk
Sure.
to you soon, bro. Peace.
All right, bro.